Hey everyone, my name's Pupsker, and today I want to talk about game companies and how they are not your friends. I've seen people on the internet both say game companies are essentially like the best god tier thing ever, and also people just baselessly shitting on them all the time, right? They get a little bit of both. But I'm here to say that, yeah, you essentially still have to remember that a games company is still a games company, okay? There are three specific companies in the game sphere I want to talk about today. First, naturally, being Digital Extremes, right? Of course, obviously I'm going to talk about Digital Extremes. Next being CD Projekt Red for what I would assume is somewhat obvious, but if you don't know, Cyberpunk and all the shenanigans going around that. And last but not least, Twitch. Oh god, Twitch, do I have a bone to pick with Twitch. So, all three of these companies essentially had the same startup. They were all small companies in the beginning, making some ambitious and new idea, and my god, did they all take off. Digital Extremes just took off with Warframe, and that is currently its hit game, if you will. So, hey, score one for Digital Extremes. CD Projekt Red knocked it out of the park with honestly a ton of games at this point, but I'm gonna mainly say the Witcher series because, let's be honest here, The Witcher 3 is a beloved game for many. And Twitch itself isn't a games company, but it is the platform that has pioneered game streaming for literally every other place. But all of these companies have shit the bed as of late, or just royally screwed up. Okay? Like all of them, let's be honest here. I'm gonna go one by one. It's not gonna be too pretty. I'm not gonna just baselessly shit on them. But honestly, they've all messed up for quite some time now. All of these companies, they've been doing great. They started off small and they built up and they were doing fine. But I think all of them hit the point where they got so big, where corporate political BS got in the way, where shareholders got in the way, where they turned less into a company about the game and they turned more into a company about the money. Not because the people working on the product sold out per se, but just because once a company grows bigger, it just loses its individuality in every sense of the form. You can still have figureheads, you can still have individuals that are friendly, people love them, they're great to talk to, yeah, that's fine. Don't hate them, don't be mean to people, just, remember that a company is just that. It is a company. Digital Extremes created Warframe and built that game to be an amazing thing it is today, from tons of updates and community feedback. But in the past I'd say 3 years at this point, because it peaked about 3 years ago, they've just been doing very bad. Updates have been incredibly buggy, unplayable, and damn right terrible for months on end until they get fixed. Some things just never get fixed at this point. Certain bugs are complained about for years, but they'll never get fixed. There are a ton of things that just will never get fixed. Is every single big release from Warframe, going to be a buggy, broken mess? It's starting to seem like that, and it's turning everyone away. So they have their issues that they now have to solve as they transition into a big company. Player moderation and player retention in Warframe is probably a massive mess. And they need to get their ducks in a row in that end too. Like, they need to stop screwing around with player moderation. Stop, being an adult game, yet banning people for PG-13 jokes and crap like that. The game's rated M for mature. It has a mature rating, a mature filter, a profanity filter, in the game. People shouldn't be getting banned that easily for silly, goofy shit like that. I thought I was playing a space game where we killed a bunch of enemies and slaughtered our foes in a bloody mess, but no, apparently we're playing Hello Kitty's Adventure. So, yeah, Digital Extremes is having a huge identity crisis and a work problem, so everyone's hoping they can get that together. Hey guys, just a quick side note, remember to subscribe and join my channel membership if you'd like to support the channel for $5 a month. Thanks. CD Projekt Red. Oh my god, CD Projekt Red has pulled the biggest heist of 2020. They somehow had a teaser trailer / trailer, call it what you will, 7 years ago for Cyberpunk. 7 years until they released Cyberpunk. And they hyped it up so much, they would not stop. And they also did the shadiest shit ever. They released the game. They didn't let people review it on a base PS4. They didn't let people have their own footage on review day. It was insane. They blindsided everyone by sneaky snaking everybody's money. And then they tried to tell everyone, oh, just refund the game. So then everyone tried to refund the game. Fun fact, after you play a buggy, broken game for 5 to 10 hours, most places aren't ever going to refund you because you played so much of that game. It's damn near unplayable on last generation systems, new generation systems, and a ton of PCs. So they pulled the biggest heist of 2020. That game has sold so well, but their reputation has been absolutely slaughtered. And honestly, it's kind of pathetic. That's why I'm in the opinion of stop announcing release dates until you can confirm the release date. Just release occasional teasers saying that you're working on it. Like, fuck, they build hype so well, but that's the issue. They're too good at building hype and not good enough at delivering an experience. Like, Cyberpunk's a great game for what it is, but at best, it's probably like an 8 out of 10, to be honest. It's nothing amazing. With all of the bugs, and if you get, you know, some of the worst experiences ever, it can probably be as bad as a 3 out of 10 or a 0 out of 10, because it can be so unplayable. Next-gen consoles shouldn't buy it at all, but if you're lucky, maybe it runs okay. PS5s and Xbox Series X's, they can probably buy it, and it'll run fine with a ton of glitches and bugs here and there. But again, you can always get lucky and have, for the most part, a glitchless experience. That's what they're doing. And finally, Twitch. My god, Twitch. Twitch is seemingly shooting themselves in the foot and burying their body with them. It's insane. It's like they don't know what they're doing. They're just falling into the abyss. So Twitch seemingly has the worst management team I've ever seen, coming from the CEO to the head of community management, anything. Like the figureheads that they assign are so terrible right now. It's awful. And it's not necessarily that they might be bad, it's just they aren't fucking doing anything useful. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but Twitch has yet again pushed forward the most vague rules ever. They recently banned the tag blind playthrough to be inclusive to blind people. So I guess that word isn't in our vocabulary anymore. They're policing speech in the most asinine way I could possibly think of. Sorry, I think I just peeked there. And honestly, I think the company at this point is run by people who love to fail. So yeah, that's great. Emmett Shear's terrible. Whoever their fucking community management person is. I don't know if they're making the decisions, but they definitely have to clean up a lot of this. But if they're influencing the decisions, oh shit, man. They're kind of fucked. I get it. Twitch needs to become more ad friendly. I think that's what they're trying to become, more ad and brand and day-to-day friendly. But the company itself, not even just the fact that they're making stupid decisions like banning the blind playthrough tags, deleting the blind playthrough tag, banning the words like simp and virgin, and just, there's one other, but I can't quite remember. They're banning people insulting other people, but they're like, no, but it's still okay as banter. But what if someone takes it as an insult and then reports you and gets all huffy? And yeah, no. So Twitch's putting forward the most vague and up to interpretation type rules possible so they can ban anyone at will. Honestly, it's such a shit company at this point, and the streaming platform has done so much. They start off tiny as like Justin TV. They transitioned into Twitch. They become the #1 streaming platform. Everyone loves it. It's great. They come out with bounties, great idea. Bits, great idea to make them money and streamers money, like Amazon Prime. That's awesome. But then they just stopped doing anything good. They started forcing ads on people, screwing them over because it's a live stream. They start enforcing these weird word policies for things that are just basic English, yet Twitch is like, no, go fuck yourself. You're gonna get banned now. They're making very biased decisions, and their moderation, much like Digital Extremes, is not respected by the general community because they have no foundation. They just ban people willy-nilly. And the punishments they come up with are so random all the time and don't make sense. They're like, oh, if this big streamer kind of messed up, whatever. Oh, this one we don't like as much and is a little more edgy. Yeah, ban them since they deserve it because they're more edgy or something. And yeah, so I want to remind you guys, game companies, they're not your friends. Companies in the gaming sphere, they can be managed by good people, they can have good people work with them, they can have great people as like the front-facing speaking heads of the company, or just the public figures of the company, if you will. There's a lot of different terms you can really use. A lot of them can be great people and mesh well with the community, but the issue is, it's still a corporation. That is but a fraction of what the company actually is. They're here to make money, and once it starts becoming a shareholder's game with millions upon millions to the billions of dollar range, yeah, those figureheads are just a goddamn crumb of the pie. Like, they love their job, probably. They love working on the game, but they can't really influence these massive decisions necessarily, so everything's going to shit, but I'm hoping a lot of these companies can pull through. I think Twitch can pull through if they get rid of their god-awful higher-ups and management teams at this point, because their community management, like Emmett Shear, all of them, they have to get out. They're absolutely atrocious. Whoever did the Twitch Council, whoever thought that was a good idea and like spearheaded that, honestly should probably not work at Twitch, because they're just trying to come up with ideas that look good for PR, but functionally don't do a goddamn thing, and then they just pat themselves on the back about it. I'm so pissed at Twitch. It's why I'm not streaming on Twitch. I just like YouTube way more as a platform. Everyone's on YouTube, and I'm so angry at Twitch that I just never want to stream on there, so it's unfortunate. CD Projekt Red can pull it together by just creating, fixing a game and not screwing over fans. And if they stop lying, they've been lying for like the first week of Cyberpunk release, so yeah, it's not looking good for them. Their stock plummeted like 20%, maybe 30%, I can't quite remember. Like, it went up a lot on release of Cyberpunk and anticipation, and then it dropped down because, oh my god, the game's, yeah, no, awful. In Digital Extremes, first, they have to find their identity as a company / game. Are you an M-rated 18+ game, or are you a PG-13 like fucking around game? Like, what are you? Okay, like, how do you want to moderate your game? Do you want to keep releasing everything broken and shit to push players away? Or do you want to maybe just stop telling people any release dates until it's set in stone that it'll be a fun, playable experience? And please, for the love of God, playtest numbers more often, and I guess double check? Yeah, just playtest numbers more often, because I'm sorry, Railjack is the #1 thing I'll ever be triggered at in regards to Digital Extremes, because I played Railjack on release. That shit was the most unfun broken mess, and it took them ages to fix it. I forever will be the most salty boy about that, and I will never let them forget it. Like, I love Warframe, but Digital Extremes as a company has angered me, and they've just kind of fucked around too much. Like, they should really just get their ducks in a row. They've done great updates still, like all of the quality of life fixing up, numbers updates, those are all great. But then when they release big series functional updates for like a new thing, it's broken, sometimes for months. So yeah, Digital Extremes has to figure that out. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. I just really wanted to get that out of the way. I just wanted to make a commentary video because there's a lot of farming coming up right now, so thank you for watching. Appreciate it if you were to subscribe or join my membership for $5 a month if you would like to support the channel. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it. Follow me on Twitter and check out some of my other videos. I don't know if I repeated myself, but hey, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.